Joey Aguilar received a temporary restraining order against the NCAA's eligibility rules that for now, at least for the next 11 days, 7 days, is going to let him continue to play college football for one more year. Let's talk about what this means and what it is that Aguilar is actually trying to fight. And, well, is this what we want the sport to be? What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. How do you feel about Joey Aguilar seeking to play a 5th year of college football? Now, depends on how you define college football for whether or not you think this is a 4th year for him or a 5th year for him. So what is it that Joey Aguilar, who I believe turns 25 in June, is actually trying to get done here? Well, he was also part of Diego Pavia's suit against the NCAA as a plaintiff, the one in which Pavia got the right to play another year of college football after fighting these same eligibility rules. So what's in the rules that they're fighting? Well, both Pavia and Aguilar played junior college football. And in Aguilar's case, he played 2 years of junior college football at Diablo Community College, Diablo County Community College, Diablo Valley Community College, excuse me. That was way out in like Central California. Anyway, after playing those 2 years, he played a year at Appalachian State, which would have been his 3rd year of college football. And then this last year, he threw for 3,500 yards, 24 TDs, and like 10 picks against Tennessee, and what has been an outstanding year for them. And I think Tennessee had always expected to get Aguilar back, and they kind of acted like that in the transfer portal because the guys they went to go get in the portal, Ryan Staub, is a guy that can start football games for you in the SEC, but perhaps not a guy that you want to start football games for you in the SEC. Plus, Faison Brandon gets added to the roster this year, and that is your future starting quarterback and the number 1 player at his position in the 2026 class. Aguilar, though, thinks that the NCAA eligibility rules are broken because the 2 years you play junior college football should not count toward the 4 years that you perhaps get to play Division I FBS football and the like. And there is a decent argument for both of these, right? The argument against it is it says college in the name, junior college football. That you choose to take the JUCO route as opposed to going another route is up to you. We count the years the same. You get 5 years to play 4. Then you got to go get a real job being perhaps playing the NFL if you're Joey Aguilar, right? But now that it has become a tremendously big business to play college football, more guys that are tweeners or perhaps will not make the leap from the NFL to glory and riches can stay another year and make the same sort of money or even better money as a college football player. Trinidad Chambliss is trying to do this at Ole Miss as well. And Diego Pavia became a Heisman Trophy finalist by getting that 1 year back and balling out, right? Joey Aguilar could do the same. At Tennessee, Joey Aguilar's $1 million, $2 million quarterback. As a matter of fact, his not complaint. What do we call these things? Let's call it a statement. So it's missing me for now. For suing the NCAA, it says he made $1 million last year. There you go. Is he going to make $1 million as a quarterback in the NFL? Maybe, maybe not. But are they going to pay him a little bit more, maybe $1.5 million to stay and play at Tennessee? Yeah, I'd rather stay and collect the check. Plus, the NFL is always going to be there. And at 25 years old, you probably end up more like Kenny Pickett in the NFL than you do, say, Lamar Jackson, right? Or Stetson Bennett in the NFL than you do, say, Drake May, right? These are really important distinctions when it comes to the money. And that's what it's about, right? It's about the money. There's not a really great argument for playing another year of college football except the money and then the glory and then the fame and the opportunity to play for national championships, what have you. But if there was no money on the table, would we see the kind of backing that Aguilar is getting to make this play, not just from Tennessee, but for others? No, I don't. Maybe Aguilar would still continue to pursue this because he really, really wants to play college football, but would it have risen to the level of a national talk show like this one, or being as widely covered by ESPN, Fox, The Athletic, every major media outlet that covers college football as it has? Probably not, no. And I think to say otherwise is to be naive about the sport and what the sport has become. Now, the real question to follow all of this for me is, if he wins, what else is the NCAA going to do here? Because NCAA has already seen a player drop out of the G League and rejoin up at Alabama. Nobody feels great about that except Alabama fans, right? You're also extending the life of college athletes by some margin in a way that is a little bit uncomfortable for most. I say the rules are the rules, and if you can find a way to fight them and break them, we need better rules. But more than that, we need better enforcement. So that's where we're headed next, right? The NCAA doesn't have a great enforcement arm. That's why you can go around them to the courts and say, hey, we don't like what they're doing. You give us a legal ruling that everybody has to adhere to, because then there are real consequences that everybody has to face. And that's why we go to the court system in the first place, right? That's why arbitration, mediation are things we like to do, but usually under order, right? If there isn't someone who can actually levy a fine or make you pay on time or threaten you with prison time, probably not going to change what you're doing, because it's not in your interest to change what you're doing. This is game theory. Are you doing what's best for yourself, or what's best for yourself in the group? Is Joey Aguilar doing what's best for himself, or what's best for himself in the group? The group being college football. Again, opinions vary on this one. Me, I genuinely believe that if he can find a way to play college football again, he should. That's what he wants to do. If you don't want to play college football again, you need to come up with better rules and better enforcement that does not allow for such a thing. Because let's not also be coy about this. That dude graduated. That dude is not there for the education first or primarily. He is there first and primarily to play college football. That is what it is. You know, I've also said, if you don't need to go to college to get a job, don't go to college. And I'm a man with multiple degrees, and I say that to everybody. You go to college to get a job. Once you got a job, there's no reason to go to college. If your job is going to college, but to play football, you know what time it is.